Prometheus. Popularize Prometheus. I remembered. Oopie. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I am glad that you could make it here today. I've been grappling with trying to figure out how to bring you something relevant and exciting that is not just another ancient mysteries video. I wanted to dig in and really find something deeper and more meaningful, more relevant to the modern day, and a little bit more exciting. So after some existential crises and a lot of caffeine-fueled brainstorming, I think I've figured it out. So what we're going to be doing today is going iceberg style, starting at the surface with some well-known stories and ideas that are like basic mythology, but then we're going to dive deeper, hitting some lesser-known theories, myths, and even some conspiracies. Of course, what would an iceberg conspiracy style video be without some conspiracies? We're going to sink even further from there, hit some lesser known conspiracies and some more fringe theories. And after that, I'm going to take a look at what do these stories really mean, how have they changed over time, and what do they say about how we have tried to make sense of the universe. I'm here to give you the highlights and connect the dots to something maybe even bigger than what we had ever considered. So if that's of interest to you, put on your tinfoil cap and let's get going. First up today is the tip of the iceberg, the surface myths and mainstream ideas that are widely known and accepted aspects of ancient Mesopotamia and ancient Sumer. First up is the creation myth, where we have Apsu, Tiamat, and Marduk's victory that create the cosmos. In Mesopotamian mythology, the Enuma Elish narrates the creation of the world from primordial chaos. Apsu, representing fresh water, and Tiamat, representing salt water, personify this chaos, which is actually really cool because then you have those images of where freshwater and saltwater oceans meet and how it's like that perfect boundary. Really cool. Their offspring represented younger deities who disturb Apsu, leading him to plan their destruction. Tiamat, enraged by Apsu's death at the hands of one of their offspring, creates monstrous beings to avenge him. Marduk, a prominent Babylonian god, confronts and defeats Tiamat, using her body to form the heavens and the earth, thus establishing cosmic order from chaos. Link below for more information on that. And second is the origin of humanity. Humans are made from divine blood to serve the gods. According to Mesopotamian creation myths, particularly the Enuma Elish, humanity was created to serve the gods. After Marduk's victory over Tiamat, he proposes the creation of humans from the blood of the slain god Kingu, who had led Tiamat's forces. This act serves to relieve the lesser gods of their labor, assigning humans the role of servants to the divine. I was looking for the easy way out. And third is Sumerians invented civilization, which is a well-known actual fact. They did riding the wheel and had ziggurats. Sumerians inhabiting southern Mesopotamia are credited with pioneering several fundamental aspects of civilization. They developed cuneiform writing, which is one of the earliest known writing systems, and that facilitated record keeping and literature. The invention of the wheel revolutionized the transport industry and pottery. Additionally, they constructed ziggurats, which were massive terrace structures that served as temples. We think these temples demonstrated advanced architectural skills and religious devotion. I think it's pretty impressive that they're able to build such great buildings, but I also have my own theories on what the ziggurats were. So, and fourth up, we have the Anunnaki as gods. They were worshipped as powerful deities of Sumer, which is also just more of a fact, less of a conspiracy. The Anunnaki were a group of deities in Sumerian mythology, often considered the offspring of Anu, who was the sky god, and Ki, the earth goddess. They held significant roles in the pantheon of gods in ancient Sumer, and they oversaw various aspects of the natural world and human society. They were worshipped as powerful gods, and the Anunnaki believed to influence the fate of humanity and were central to Sumerian religious practices. And of course, Last up, we have the Great Flood and its parallels to the biblical Noah's flood. The Sumerian flood narrative, notably depicted in the Epic of Gilgamesh, which is next up, or maybe you came to this one from that one. Anyway, doing another episode on that one, shares a remarkable similarity to the biblical account of Noah's flood. In the epic, the gods decide to inundate the earth to curb humanity's overpopulations and sin. A righteous man is forewarned by the god Ah and instructed to build a massive boat to preserve his family and various species. After the deluge, the boat rests on a mountain, and he releases birds to find dry land, thus paralleling the Genesis flood story. And of course, this has been done to death on YouTube. So if you want more details on the parallels with the biblical flood theories, I recommend doing a search for that. There's lots of great stories out there. And on to the next one. And we're on to the shallow depths. Widely discussed conspiracy theories. These are the ones that you've probably heard of, or maybe heard your crazy aunt talk about on a holiday dinner. Yeah, we're going to dive into some of those that are a little bit more widely known, might have heard of. So first one is that the Anunnaki were aliens, the genetic engineers who created humanity, popularized, of course, in Prometheus. Some theorists propose that the Anunnaki were actually extraterrestrial beings who genetically engineered humans. Aliens. This perspective suggests that ancient texts describe advanced genetic manipulation, positioning the Anunnaki as alien visitors who influenced human evolution. And while I appreciate these theorists trying to go deeper, I think that they missed the mark a little bit in saying that it's alien. Second up here is that the Sumerians had advanced technology, evidence of ancient battles and astronomical precision. The Sumerians are credited with remarkable technological advancements for their time. They had sophisticated astronomical systems, meticulously observed celestial movements, and created detailed lunar calendars. Artifacts like the Baghdad Battery, although its origin is debated, are often cited as evidence that they had more advanced technological capabilities. So that's where this conspiracy sort of gets a little bit weirder, is that they didn't just have batteries, that they had advanced technology, but more advanced than what you would expect of an ancient civilization. And third is the lost city of Eridu, which is said to be the true Eden. Let's see. Eridu is considered one of the earliest cities in southern Mesopotamia and holds significant historical influence. Some scholars suggest that Eridu's prominence in ancient texts may have influenced later cultural narratives, including those found in the Bible, which I do also agree with, is that whenever we tell a myth or a story, when another culture comes along, they adapt the previous culture's story, their ancestors' story, to the modern age, which is one of the things that we're doing here on this channel, is we're taking these old stories and looking at them for the modern age. And fourth up is Tiamat as a destroyed planet, which is an allegory for a cosmic collision in our solar system. In Sumerian mythology, Tiamat is depicted as a primordial goddess embodying chaos. Some interpretations suggest that the myth of Tiamat's destruction by Marduk symbolizes a cosmic event such as a planetary collision leading to the formation of Earth and the asteroid belt. Okay. And the last one on this list is that the zodiac and Sumerian astrology were the foundations of modern star maps, which is true, just a little bit less widely known. The Sumerians were pioneers in the field of astrology, and they developed an early zodiac system that influenced subsequent civilizations. They identified constellations and associated them with deities, laying the groundwork for the astrological traditions that followed. Next one. And here we are at the lesser known theories, the more obscure and speculative theories on our list. First up is the Enuma Elish encodes quantum mechanics, chaos and order as early descriptions of quantum states. The Enuma Elish, a Babylonian creation myth, narrates the transition from primordial chaos to ordered cosmos through the deity Marduk's victory over Tiamat. Some modern interpretations suggest that this narrative metaphorically parallels concepts in quantum mechanics, where the universe emerges from quantum chaos into structured reality. Second is the Anunnaki and the Nephilim connection, a Bible crossover theory. The Anunnaki are deities from Sumerian mythology, as discussed, and while the Nephilim are described in the Bible as offsprings of the sons of God and human women, some theorists propose a connection between these two groups, suggesting that ancient narratives about divine beings interacting with humans may share common origins or reflect similar archetypal stories. And we'll talk more about that on this channel as well. Third up is Secret of the Ziggurats, power plants or stargates for the Anunnaki. Ziggurats are big structures built in ancient Mesopotamia, and traditionally they're thought to be temples. Again, as discussed, they're step pyramids. So if you look at them, it looks like the Great Pyramid of Giza, but with steps. Alternative theories propose that these edifices served as power plants, harnessing unknown energy sources, or as stargates, portals facilitating interstellar travel for the Anunnaki. There is no scientific evidence for these claims, but also popularized in TV in Stargate. Fourth, dreams are communications from 4D beings. Ancient rituals are access to our higher consciousness. Some esoteric interpretations suggest that dreams are a medium through which higher dimensional entities, like the Anunnaki, communicate with humans. Ancient cultures often engage with rituals aimed at inducing dreams or altered states of consciousness, possibly to receive guidance or knowledge from these higher realms. A lot of modern metaphysicists do this and channel from the Anunnaki or from higher dimensional beings. And fifth is humanity's divine DNA, that Anunnaki left traces in our genome. The hypothesis here is that the Anunnaki genetically engineered humans, and this implies that the traces of their manipulation remain in our DNA. While mainstream science attributes human genetic diversity to natural evolutionary processes, some theorists interpret genetic markers as evidence of extraterrestrial intervention. And last, but certainly not least, Planet X and Nibiru, the Anunnaki's homeworld and its coming return. According to certain interpretations of Sumerian texts, Nibiru, sometimes referred to as Planet X, is the home planet of the Anunnaki. Some theories suggest that Nibiru has an elongated orbit and periodically returns to the inner solar system, potentially causing cataclysmic events on Earth. Another interesting one if you want to dive into it, but a little bit on the crazy side. Sorry, Zacharias Sitchin. All right, and moving on. And here we are, down in the deep depths, down at the bottom of the barrel conspiracy theories that are far less accepted and verge on the metaphysical. First up is the Anunnaki are fourth dimensional beings. They interact with us as higher dimensional entities, some interpretations suggesting that the Anunnaki deities from Sumerian mythology are higher dimensional beings that interact with our three-dimensional reality. These perspective posits that their actions and influences are manifestations of interactions between different dimensions. Second, Tiamat's destruction is what created the moon. This links Sumerian myths to planetary origins. Alternative theories propose that the myth of Tiamat's destruction by Marduk symbolizes a cosmic event, such as planetary collision, leading to the formation of Earth and its moon. This interpretation aligns with certain ancient astronaut theories, but lacks empirical scientific support. And third is the Enuma Elish is a simulation blueprint, a code for understanding the universe as a simulation. Some theorists propose that the Enuma Elish, the Babylonian creation epic, serves as an allegorical blueprint for understanding the universe as a simulation. This perspective suggests that the text encodes information about the fundamental nature of reality, paralleling modern simulation hypothesis. 4. Anunnaki Wars and the Great Reset. There was a global reset event that was caused by warring gods. Certain interpretations of Sumerian myths describe conflicts among Anunnaki deities, leading to significant changes on Earth. These narratives have been interpreted by some as accounts of ancient resets or cataclysmic events resulting from divine wars, though such interpretations are speculative. 5. Here we are back at Stargate. The hidden Stargate technology in Sumerian art. Depictions of portals are in artifacts. Some researchers claim that Sumerian artifacts and artworks depict advanced technologies such as stargates or portals, suggesting that the Sumerians had knowledge of interdimensional travel. However, mainstream archaeology interprets these artifacts within the context of symbolic or religious expression. Occam's razor. If it's the most simple answer, it's probably the right one. 6. Sumerians knew of the multiverse. Their myths encode existence of parallel dimensions. Some interpretations of Sumerian mythology suggest that their narratives encode knowledge of multiple universes or parallel dimensions. Proponents of this view argue that the descriptions of various realms and deities reflect an understanding of a multiverse, though this is also very speculative. And we are on to the abyss, the forbidden and fringe theories. These are the most speculative, blending metaphysics, esotericism, and deep conspiracy. First one is the Anunnaki are us from the future. Humanity seeded itself through time travel. This speculative theory posits that the Anunnaki, deities from Sumerian mythology, are actually future humans who traveled back in time to influence their own evolutionary development. Proponents suggest that ancient texts describe the Anunnaki's advanced knowledge and technologies are evidence of time-traveling humans guiding their ancestors. I actually think ghosts are time-traveling humans, but this is interesting. Second up, the Tree of Life is a quantum field, hidden in Sumerian symbols. In Sumerian mythology, the Tree of Life symbolizes fertility, growth, and the interconnectedness of all existence. Some modern interpretations suggest that this symbol represents a quantum field, embodying the fundamental energy and connectivity underlying the universe. Some of this I can get behind, some of this is a little out there. I don't know if that is exactly the quantum connection with the Sumerians, but we'll get into that. Third, the Enuma Elish predicts the end of the universe, creation of cycles and destruction that mirror modern cosmological theories. The Enuma Elish, the Babylonian creation epic, details the emergence of the world from primordial chaos and the establishment of order by the god Marduk. Some scholars interpret this narrative as reflecting cyclical patterns of creation and destruction, paralleling certain modern cosmological theories about the universe's eventual fate. Yes, no. Again, we'll get into this one a little bit deeper. Fourth is Anunnaki and reincarnation. They control humanity's spiritual evolution. This one is a repeating conspiracy theory as well. I hear versions of this in a bunch of different belief systems. In the Mesopotamian belief system, the Anunnaki were considered powerful deities who could influence human destiny. Some interpretations suggest that the Anunnaki oversee the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, thereby guiding humanity's spiritual evolution. There's some cool moon theories about that one too. And the soul recycler. Okay, and fifth, the Enuma Elish as a Stargate ritual. Reading the myth correctly activates higher realities. Certain esoteric interpretations propose that the Enuma Elish contains hidden knowledge or codes that, when understood and enacted through ritual, can serve as a stargate to higher dimensions or realities. This perspective views the text not just as a creation myth, but as a manual for spiritual ascension. I like testing things. On this channel, I think it's cool to test stuff. Let me know down below if you want me to test this and see if we can find the right method of reading, and maybe I'll ascend. Number 6, the universe as Tiamat's body. Our cosmos is a reflection of Tiamat's sacrifice. In the Enuma Elish, after the god Marduk defeats the primordial goddess Tiamat, he uses her body to create the heavens and the earth. This act symbolizes the transformation of chaos into order, suggesting that the very fabric of the universe is composed of Tiamat's remnants, embodying the idea that creation arises from the remnants of primordial chaos. And on to the next one. So all of those wild layers of myths and conspiracies are all part 1, and in part 2, I'm going to be talking about my theories on ancient Sumer and what I think that the actual lessons here are. And don't forget to like and subscribe so that you know when part 2 comes out.